still to all of you out there. This is a watchlist video brought to you by tradercobb.com and FTX. If you'd like to open up an FTX account because you haven't got one, or if you'd like 10% off your trading fees with FTX, please click on the description below here and you will see there is 10% off your trading fees, as well as how to go long, how to go short, and manage your risk. So well worth getting involved with what is below there. And of course with, I know not everybody, but with Sydney, we're now, well, part of Sydney in a lockdown, me included. It's a good time to jump on that free course as well. If you've got, some time on your hands, tradercobb.com, there's a whole 4 hours or so of material there for you to get your mitts on. So go get stuck in. All right, so what do we got? Well, let's look at the top 10 just quickly. I'll just have a quick glimpse of it. The market's been open for, well, not very long, an hour and a half today. And you can see we're a little bit funky, flat, a little slightly up right now, but I'm going to show you the list that I've got. And, let's first of all talk about where Bitcoin is, because it's quite interesting. Yesterday being a fairly solid day of selling once again. Go to Luke. I'm well, mate. Thank you. With yesterday, look, we're still bing bong, bing bong, bing bong all over the shop, right? Fall, bounce, one day up 3%, next day up 3.5, next day up 2.8, and then reversing or wiping out those gains pretty quickly yesterday. Now, as far as the weekly goes at the moment, it's quite bearish, 10% down. But where it stopped is kind of interesting to me. We've had this support level joining that 31,000 level. It kind of hit that, not quite on the nose, but pretty darn close. If we break down through there, then what's in my list here will probably do quite well. Now, the only thing is that if we don't break down, then we're still in, pretty much limbo land. We could bounce from here, who knows? And that's a difficult thing with Bitcoin being where it is and having not broken down and really, we'll be in a daily downtrend if we break through this low here, which is $28,796. Until then, we've got a high and we've got a low. We don't actually have a downtrend as such. So right now, Bitcoin not displaying too much opportunity. As you can see again, higher low on the 4 hour to high, then it's come off again and kind of stuffed it. So not much to speak of on Bitcoin as it stays in this relative consolidation to 31,000. As I say, if it does break down, we do have some cyclicity rolling through. Then I could look at some lower time frames for opportunities for shorting. But it's not Bitcoin where I'm seeing opportunity lying at the moment. If I go to BitTorrent, you're going to see this across much of this list. You've got a cradle candle right there in a downtrend, and that's that. However, so we definitely got momentum to the downside here. A clean pullback into that zone, quite nice indeed. That's the daily. If you look here as well, it's a little bit messy, but you're seeing a little consolidation down here. It's not a level just yet, but you will see some levels coming up. So with BitTorrent, it's really in respect to the daily. Let me just check that 2 day, because we are converging again. Look, we got convergence on that 2 days. We have fallen lower. And with that daily being set up like that, kind of fits the bill. Hey, Terry, let's have a look at Enjin next, because we have, again, a lower high and a lower low, a bearish candle pulling back into that cradle zone and then falling. But it's not the daily that I'm seeing the potential opportunity. It's actually on the lower time frames here. Now, I don't like the 4 hour as much because we've got a higher low and a higher high than a fall. But if you look at the 15 minute, you'll start to see that there is a bit of a consolidation going on here. We've got test 1, test 2, maybe test 3. It's not ready for a trade just yet, but for those that know what the breakout trade is, I'm waiting to see if this builds in. The second opportunity that could present itself is if it does break down, pullbacks into this region for shorting could be on the cards. Now again, it's not ready just yet, but it is one that I'm keeping in the list. Now, the half hour, it is kind of more down than up, but it's the 4 hour. I don't love the 4 hour. It's when you come to the daily though that it does look much better, because the low of that daily, $1.11, is, oh, hang on, sorry, wrong one. The low, 93.2. It's exactly this level here. So if it was to break down through here, you'd also have that combining with a daily candle in the cradle breaking lower. And while the daily candle is quite large, this 15 minute may present the opportunity that we're after. Very similar there on Ethereum Classic. If you look once again at Ethereum Classic, we are in a daily downtrend. We do have a daily cradle candle set right there, right now. If it breaks, I mean, that could be a trade in its own right. You look at the 2 day as well, it's also convergent. But what I'm actually seeing as a possibility is this little consolidation as it builds here, test 1, test 2. Now, the stop would be quite wide, so at the moment, I'd rather see it test again, bounce for a lower high, and then look for the opportunity for a breakout. Otherwise, a breakdown and a pull back in on those lower time frames for Ethereum Classic also would be relevant. Ethereum itself, well, clearly, sorry, lower high, lower low, a big down day yesterday of 9%. Again, the momentum is certainly to the downside. And if we look at this again here, I just might jump to the 30-minute for this one. We can see, look, we haven't got 2 tests just yet. You see here, lower high. If it builds into that level, again, it could provide a breakout, or if you're waiting, you could pull back into that level for a short there also. The market's setting up quite similarly across many of these pairs. UNIPERP also in that mix with a lovely looking downtrend here. A breakdown of that daily candle would also represent a break of this flat level. It's not a bad level actually. When you look at the test, not quite there, yeah, 1, 2, 3, a little bees dick breakdown here. If it came down, retested, a flat level could form, and therefore a trading opportunity for a breakout could also, could come along. And it's kind of the way the market's being at the moment. It's the lower time frames matched with the highs, because again, bearish candle in a downtrend, flat level forming. I'm just waiting for that breakout to actually come about. If it doesn't, once again, as with all of these, if it breaks down through and we've got convergence, I'll be looking for cradles or boosters back into this level. And finally, Yearn, daily cradle, not the greatest, it's a big candle, but it's just broken the low of that. It's certainly in a downtrend with convergence. It's just tapped through. So my plan for this was to hope to see a little bounce for a lower high, then a break. However, because it's broken, if it were to fall, opportunities back into this level. Now, Luke, question on Stellar on the daily. It's kind of, that candle's not all that small when you compare the candles around it. Like that's, obviously this is big, this is big. It's not the smallest, but it is there. I didn't put it in the list because the candle was slightly big. So guys, for those of you that have just joined us, obviously brought to you by FTX, description below, 10% off your trading fees. Please like, share, subscribe. But it's a real mix of sort of the dailies combined with flat levels. So again, this is very nice, a little bearish candle right there in the cradle zone. But for everything else, just watching these flat levels build, and they also match in with these daily downtrends with those lows of yesterday. So just to recap, Ethereum Classic also with a flat level, bearish candle on the daily. Ethereum building into here, still work to do, but a bearish candle. UNIPERP, good support there on the 15, daily candle, and Yearn the same thing, except for it's just popped a little bit lower. So guys, have a fantastic day, and of course, please do jump across to tradercobb.com. You've got a free course there, about 4 hours of content to learn all about the ingredients that I use when I describe what I'm doing and how I trade. So have a fantastic day, and good luck with the weekend. Hope you have a good one. Sydney's in lockdown, well, where I am anyway, and Sydney's in lockdown, so not much really can be done. Going to go out and have some exercise in a little bit, and I've got to suss out if I'm allowed to go fishing or not. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye for now.